It's Wednesday, April 11th. Welcome to Pastor Bob Daily. Mark, my friend from England, said, in previous broadcasts, you've mentioned every form of addiction apart from one, gambling. It's not me, honestly, he says. I know of people whose gambling has ruined their lives. But what does the Bible or the church say, if anything, about gambling? What about Christians gambling, buying lottery tickets, putting money on horses, etc.? Even if the motive is to donate the winnings for the use of good. Well, most gamblers would like to think they're doing something good by giving a little bit of it away. Eases their conscience, I guess. But, gambling is a problem for a lot of people. And, it really isn't about the money. It's really about the rush. Let me talk about that for a minute. I think there's one thing that most people have in common with addictions, and that is the way it makes you feel. We feel better when we indulge in our addictions, or at least we think we do, or at least at the beginning, until it becomes so much of a habit that we feel trapped. But there's a certain adrenaline rush that happens when you gamble. When you put high stakes or you put your money out and all of a sudden, it's there on the line and you could win it, you could lose it all, and there's something that just your heart starts beating fast, and some people really enjoy that feeling, that rush. And that's what most people that have the addiction of gambling have in common. So if you're talking about people who just need to quit gambling, they really need to identify this problem, and they need to begin to work on why do they have such a desire for that feeling, and what do you replace it with? So here's the problem. I know people too that have a gambling problem, that have lost everything because of the gambling. I have a friend whose wife had a secret gambling addiction for a very long time and drained the family's income before they even knew it. Very sad. But then they said, what about Christians gambling? Buying lottery tickets, putting money on horses, etc. That's another thing. And the church even supports some gambling. There's some churches that have the bingo nights. And I'm telling you, there are a lot of little ladies who are addicted to those bingo nights. The same thing, honestly. That adrenaline rush of winning. But you see, all of us have that. We all do. There's something in our lives that give us that feeling, that adrenaline rush. It's why people get involved with sports or music or a lot of things. We love that feeling of excitement and mystery and all of those things. And it isn't uncommon for all of us to desire some kind of adrenaline rush in our lives. But the thing that we have to do is to say, what's going to give me that adrenaline rush? What's going to give me that excitement that isn't going to hurt anybody and that isn't going to hurt me? It isn't that you have to give it up. It's that you have to choose something that won't hurt you and won't hurt other people. Some people have taken up sports, for instance, instead of gambling. Or whatever it might be, something that makes you feel excited. For some people, it's antique shopping or, collecting things. And that feeling that you have when you're looking for just the right piece to fit into your collection, and then you find it, and there's that adrenaline rush again, too. And some of you are probably saying, well, Pastor Bob, there's a lot of difference between collecting antiques and gambling, and I understand the differences, but I also understand that there's a lot of similarities in the way that we view it emotionally. And gambling is not a problem with money, once again. It's a problem with that feeling, that adrenaline rush that people are looking for, that has to be replaced with something positive. I think God created us to get excited. And I love that feeling, don't you? That feeling of getting excited and pumped up and ready to go. I love that feeling, and I wouldn't want to have that eliminated from my life. But I understand that there are healthy and unhealthy ways to pursue it. I hope that helps. God bless you. Have a great day.